Hey guys, how you doing? Apologies if you've not heard that much from me recently. I've been fighting off a massive cough. I feel like I'm going through a big detox at the minute, but coming out the other side now, so hopefully I'll make it through this video. So I'm playing Antonio bot, because I've been advised to practice not blundering. So I'm gonna be playing my new repertoire and see if I can get to a point where I can beat Antonio consistently, right? Okay, so here we go, Scandinavian style. What are you doing? Give over. Okay, he is a really tricky little player, Antonio. I can actually take this pawn because I'm attacking it twice. Bishop out here is tempting, but it's got to be met by c6. I could also push in the middle. If he takes, I'll take back. Is there any really good reason not to take here? If I get to trade off my pawn, can't say I think it's the right thing to do. Okay, now the question is this a gambit? Is this an issue of should we try and cling onto the pawn? Generally not. So d4, knight f3. If I move the d pawn, knight takes here. I don't really want to take though. d4, knight takes. If I take, queen takes. Yeah, queen's out on the board. If I bring out my knight, he takes. He's wrong-footed me already. I think knight. I think that's my gut instinct is knight. I think d4 is probably fine. Whoa! But now I can capture en passant and liquidate my pawn. He should take that with knight c6. But I'm going to be a full pawn up then. I also have this. Now, defended by my knight, what does he do? Bishop b5. If knight blocks, bye-bye knight. What's the other option? Queen here isn't even an option. A, because I take it, and B, because she's not allowed. I can't see. Okay, I take the knight, then I'm threatening to take on b7 with a discovery. Wow. Now my first thought is bishop c4. I've got no reason to drop the bishop back here. It's just going to be silly. Well, having said that, b3, looking at f7, is a thought, but I'm up a piece. The other thing about this is it halts any progress of these pawns, which are doubled and isolated. I might play b3 and bishop b2 at some point as well. Also, my bishop can come back to b3 via this route as well, so... Okay, this is a fork. So, we can resolve all of our issues by either putting a knight on this square, which is not possible, or by just dropping the bishop back all the way home. So that's what I'm going to do. Because I have an advantage now. I have a serious advantage. And not only a material advantage, but my pawn structure on the queen side is far better. So now I'm kind of inclined to move the knight and try and trade off queens, even if it means losing castling rights. Here, because I'm also hitting this. What would I do as black? As black, I would probably just retreat the queen. At least then I get to move my bishop again and get to castle. Or I get this bishop out. It's a question. I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it anyway, My bishop might still come to here with double pressure on f7. Okay. So she defends the pawn that way. The knight's under attack. I don't want to defend it with f4. Pretty sure I don't, do I? f4? I mean, there's no checks on the dark squares here. It's funny, isn't it? You know, you have these initial gut reactions. Oh, I definitely don't want to do that. So you just immediately discard it. It goes straight on the cutting room floor. But that's how we find better moves, you know, is by considering other moves. I mean, look, if this pawn ever moves, then the bishop defends f4. Go on, let's do it. Okay. I can't take because my knight's pinned. He's attacking it twice. I can defend with the queen. This pawn, that doesn't work because he just takes and then I've got two pieces under attack. I could defend with the queen. This is also a possibility. Let's say I go knight here. He takes, I take, he takes. I put queen in the way. I think I'm probably happy to give up the f-pawn here. Excuse me. Or this. It's defended by the knight. So although my knight's pinned, the queen can't take the bishop because then my knight is not pinned, right? So here. And then I'm ready to castle. Why not? This is, by the way, hot water, sea salt, lemon juice, and methylene blue. I can take on f7 now. I can take on f7 with check with the bishop. I can technically take with the knight as well. So this has to be a good in-between move, right? King there is forced, then I just castle. Defends the pawn with the rook. There's something weird about Antonio, you know. He plays odd chess, but sometimes it's devastatingly accurate. Yeah, it's really hard to put into words. He's an interesting bot to play. Right, my first instinct here is castles. I could also trade knights, or trade the knight for the bishop. I'm plus 4 materials. He's got properly buggered pawns on this side, and he's just lost castling rights. Now, if takes... Let's say I castle, right? He takes, I recapture, I lose my bishop. No, I don't. I don't, because my rook defends, actually. So I castle. If I take here, you could take there. Then I take there. Actually, if I take here, I'm attacking the queen. Take there, queen takes here. I can... My bishop's on prise. So I think castles, actually. Just keeping life simple. This attacks the queen. Okay, you've won a pawn back. Ah, sniffles now. This is the end of my cold. Okay. And we are very happy now. My bishop is actually defended. So what I should be thinking about now is development. Do I want to fianchetto this bishop to here, or do I want to bring it out to this diagonal? And that does look like a jolly good square, doesn't it? I think without too much thought, you know, this does interrupt the rook's defense of that bishop there. this. Blocks and counterattacks. Or just this. Excuse me, guys, sorry. Sorry, I thought the cough was over. Let's do this. Oh. Force a trade of bishops. Got to watch out for this rook, but it's not under attack. I'm just going to trade off here, simplify. Excuse me. Now I think first of all I want to put my knight here. One thing, it attacks this, and also it's freeing up this route here for my queen. Okay. Got this as well. That's two attackers on c5. I think, excuse me. I'm so sorry. Take him in the knight makes sense. Oh no, it doesn't. He's just defended it a second time. Ah, you sneaky bugger. Okay, how about queen here then? Yeah. That's three attackers now on c5. And three defenders. Could swing my knight back around and hit the queen, but I think I just play a4. I'm up a full knight. This pawn's pinned, actually. If I do c3, b4, you can only take once. This one can't legally move. Here. Move my queen over to one of these squares. Defend this pawn. Still got three defenders on here. I've got three attackers. If I move forward, my concern is I move forward, he just pushes c4. And we're going to get a rook on f8 at some point as well. Not that that's a major worry. I think this. Yeah. There we go. Here comes the rook on f8. Now this. Yeah. This pawn's pinned and can't recapture. Just going to start taking stuff now. I've opened up the B file. Okay. Queen here would be good. Got to smell blood now, haven't we? Okay, he's got an overwhelm on this pawn. I'm not too concerned. I can defend it. I mean, I can bring a rook to d1. Knight f2. It's a bit silly. This queen takes. I come here. King goes here. Check. Queen can't take. King goes here. Not there if the queen's on it. I could just push. If I push the pawn, queen defends the knight. So d4, queen defends the knight. So it's discovered defense. Huh. Is there any reason not to defend with the rook? No. If there's no sack on here, that's fine. Ah, excuse me. Okay. Right, I'm going to sit my rook on b1. Oh, I just take it. Just take it. I'm up in material. Undefended, undefended. If I push this pawn, it attacks this one. Does that help me? What I really want to do is get my queen here. There, you trade queens. I think just here then, isn't it? Check. King there, king. Okay. Okay, this is a mate threat. Let's work this out. Check. King goes to one of these squares. Check. King goes here. Forced, yes? Queen goes here. King comes onto the D file. I don't see a finish. So I think I'm just going to come back here. Bishop defends that, queen defends that. Let's push d4 now. Okay, back she goes. Now that queen's looking at h2 and the rook's looking at g2. Not too much to worry about. My bishop's a little bit compromised. Something like this looks good. Something like that. Even this. Just play on. This. No, queen takes. There, queen takes me. Not good. Go back we come. Let's have a sniff at this pawn. He defends. My king is safe. This rook hasn't yet moved in the game, but it moves now. Okay, takes, king has to take. I have a check. I will just trade off. My advantage grows every time we trade. King takes, okay. Check again. Now I have a passed pawn. And I think it's time. Got to watch out for the back rank. If the queen drops in here or here, that's mate. And I'm a dead man. However, my queen guards d1, so I could actually take on here. There, and even this, forcing the queens off, should be a winning endgame. But this queen here isn't even an option. I think I push now. Okay. What's she doing? She's looking at that. It's defended. I have a check here. My bishop can't defend this pawn. This is past a pawn. I think something like this, that. I can always get love for my king. Okay, this is now a checkmate threat. So is it Luft time? Or do I try and cash in? Force the queens off. There, we have to trade queens. There's no two things about it. Either he goes there and I take. In fact, he goes there, I take. No, he can't. Right? So if I go here, queen has to take. King there isn't an option. Because if I take, king takes, he's not in time to stop the pawn. So if I go here, queen must take, takes, king takes. So I've given up my passed pawn. But I have a bishop and 3 pawns against 3 pawns. And these 3 pawns are all separated. And my bishop defends this outermost one. So I think that's winning. The alternative is create Luft. She comes in, does this. Ain't no more checks. Okay, Luft it is. You ain't got no more checks. I have, however, some good ones. I'm inclined to take on c6 with check. There's nothing wrong with that move. It's a free move. So's this. That's checkmate. Wow, look at that. I didn't even know. Didn't even know. Well, there you go. That was a good game. I've played some howlers against Antonio. The first game I played against him, because I've tried to make this video a couple of times, confess. First time I played him, I whooped him. And then in other times I've just blundered. But that was good. There was not one mistake. 3 inaccuracies in that game. And we were never... never worse. But I'm going to go and crawl into a corner and die. 1750. How can it be 75% accuracy and 80% accuracy, and yet I'm double his rating? And apparently we never got out in the middle game, according to the game review, so go figure. Not worth reviewing, but that's the start. Okay, 1-0 to me. We'll see if we can carry on. Right, if I can beat him 3 times in a row, we'll move up. Okay, see you next time.